this is another example of how our culture has just lost its moorings. It's like, well, what's life? Well, you have a job or a career, and hopefully you're productive and you contribute something to the community, and you provide yourself and your family with the necessities of life. That's a quarter of your life or a third of it, something like that. You have an intimate relationship, you have a family. That's life.
Ultimately, like we currently operate on two layers. We have sort of a limbic, like prime primitive brain layer, which is where all of our kind of impulses are coming from. It's sort of like we've got like a monkey brain with a computer stuck on it.
Realize with having different types of sex, when you have a big one, you know when it's a small one, right?
That's the human brain. And a lot of our impulses and everything are driven by the monkey brain. And the computer, the cortex, is constantly trying to make the monkey brain happy.
I think women want to sleep around and not have any consequence for it.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah!
It's not the cortex that's steering the monkey brain. It's the monkey brain steering the cortex. You know?
But the cortex is the part that tells the story of the whole thing. So we convince ourselves it's more interesting than just the monkey brain.
The cortex is like what we call like human intelligence. You know, so it's like that's like the advanced computer relative to other creatures. Other creatures do not have either. Really, they don't have the computer, or they have a very weak computer relative to humans.
I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I had been like thrown into Disney World, so to speak, right? Like the world is at your fingertips, and again, all of these high value men.
But it's like it sort of seems like surely the really smart thing should control the dumb thing.
This experience, it shapes how you view what the ideal partner or guy or sex is like. And so if I take the concept of we're both virgins, we both don't know about, you can get choked, get spitting in mouths.
But actually the dumb thing controls the smart thing.
Yeah, instead of, taking personal accountability and being on birth control, they just want to like do whatever they want.
Think of like the difference in intelligence between the cortex and your limbic system is gigantic. Your limbic system really has no comprehension of what the hell the cortex is doing.
I feel like, you only know of each other, so there's a greater chance. Like your mind doesn't necessarily. I'm not gonna say it doesn't wander, but I would say that the probability is a lot lower.
It's just literally hungry, or tired, or angry, or sexy, or something. You
don't know what a Lysol can's like because you ain't never been with one. Your husband's a 5-incher, he's a 6-incher. And then that communicates that impulse to the cortex and tells the cortex to go satisfy that. A massive amount of thinking, like truly stupendous amount of thinking, has gone into sex without purpose, without procreation.
You almost got emotional talking about the possibility of having a child.
Yeah, that's the one regret in life.
Really, you would
not to
say
see
that's
my eyes, in a child, but
I've watched what happens. And I've also watched what happens to women who hit 29 or 30 and then can't conceive. And that is not a fate I would wish on anyone.
But this is a lot of computation has gone into how can I do more of that with procreation not even being a factor.
You brought this up at the beginning. You said 50% of women now at 30.
50.1 are childless by 30.
Yeah. Well, that's not good. That's a sign of something profoundly wrong with the entire culture at an extremely deep level.